Yeah, but week one, I threw away my omeprazole.
Let's get right into it. Just everybody on this side real quick, so I can just demo to one side, please. So today's a review, so we should prefer y'all are here this week. I know you were so this be, I guess, review for some of you and new for the others. So the first drill we're gonna run is we're just recapping our snap down the front headlock and then the defense out of that from a 4-point stance. So first off, just to recap, the snap down, we're from a closed stance here where our hips, what I mean by that is our hips are closed off versus if he takes a step back or his your lead leg back. Now we're in an open stance. Our hips are facing the same direction, but from a closed stance. First thing I'm going to do is always protect my lead leg. We're going to take a shoulder pose with our rear hand. Now that we have this, it's safe to engage with this hand because I still have something to manage distance if he decides to shoot. So I have down, and I still have this right here. I have a down block hand to track that. Right here, I have this, plus I have this hand like in route. So I've still got something to manage distance while I flip here. All right, next thing we're going to do is take our collar tie. Now I like to transition down here. We're going to be into a bicep pose. So I've got my thumb on the inside. That's important. Anytime we're pushing the guy, our thumbs are on this side of their body. Anytime we're pulling the guy, our thumbs are going to transition. Our thumb's going to transition and cup. We're always pulling with all 5 fingers. From here, I'm looking to drive into him, and then I'm looking for that reaction back. And that reaction from the back, I send force that way. He sends it back. All in one motion here. I'm sliding my hand up towards the crown of his head. I don't want to snap down from the neck because he's strong there. He's way weaker up here. I want to snap down with pulling the tricep and the crown of the head, and I want to kick this lead leg of mine back and take the space where my knee is right now. Right, so I'm going to pull and high leg, or take my leg tight, and then I'm looking for the front headlock. All right, and then you run it on me. I'm going to show you the defense too, because I want you guys to flow back and forth with the snap down and the get up. Okay. He drives into me, I drive back. Right here, I want you to 4-point, and what I mean by that is I'm getting my hips high, right? I don't want to be sprawled out like this. I'm easily manipulatable. Like the longer my body is, the further away that my head gets from my hips in this position, the easier it is for him to manipulate. So when I say 4-point, I'm always looking to get my weight back and towards my hips as much as possible. This makes it harder for him to manipulate because my base is like coming all back to one place instead of just being spread out. He's got control of the head. So he has control. And then in one motion, well, first I'm going to take a step out here to the side and start cutting angle. Then I'm going to drive his elbow in towards the center line. As I take a step out, circle this inside leg back, and I'm going to circle my head out towards his armpit. So out, and then I'm driving the elbow, circling my head towards his armpit, and head out. Right, so you should land somewhere in this position. Might have a rush in here. You might have a single lift here, or you might just take it out, take his arm out, and we're just square again. Okay, so one more time. Four-point. Hip, elbow, take a step,
elbow comes in towards center line, and I rotate my spine. This is solid. It's kind of like an immovable grip here. I'm just guiding this with constant pressure, but the force is really coming from this rotation of my head, because that's making my whole body turn. So I'm gonna drive his elbow in towards the center line, rotate my head, and rotate, like circle this foot out. Okay. And then if you see the leg digs counterattack, go for it. What I want you guys to do, the whole drill should look like this. Okay. So I'm going to actually do it. Nah, I got it. I was just like, I'm being sloppy, right? Got to do all the steps. Here, protect lead leg, post, here, drive, snap down. Now, this is where top guy lets the other guy run the defense, all right? Yeah, and then we reset. So we're not trying to resist much, like during drilling. Most of you know that by now. We actually ran this in a positional where we have like near max resistance the other night. So we might do that again when class ends. Right now, you can gradually increase the resistance if you're both feeling like you're getting it, but definitely just get your reps in with the motion, because all of this is especially with the snap down, it's very much a timing thing. If you really want to get it perfect, it's really feeling that momentum coming back and just going with it. Shouldn't be a ton of effort involved if you're doing it like perfectly, right? Any questions on this? Okay, so the drill, run it back and forth, the offense and the defense. All right, and then we'll move on to a different technique. All right, 1, 2, 3. Go first. Go first. Move back. Frame your right hand on his hip, Will. Right hand on the hip, left hand on his elbow.
Yeah, it's gonna be opposite. Yeah, I did it.
I'm gonna take a step out towards me with your left foot to start cutting an angle. Now you're gonna rotate your head and drive his elbow in and circle your back foot out.
And I'll go. Right here. Take back for up, hip and elbow. I'm going to take a step. I'm going to drive this and drive my head into the carpet. There you go. Thanks. Right. Oh, here we go.
Dial that snap down. Make sure your head. Slide. The top of the head.
Fine. Question. Do I have to? Do I always have to worry? Yeah. You always have to bring my.
Not necessarily. You can. You just have to be aware of it. So it all depends on the spine. If I'm up here. Just gotta be aware of that. It doesn't mean you can't. It just means it might be a little yourself up a little bit. To a shot. Pulling you down.
Yeah.
I hate running. But I don't. That was the best way to hold.
And look, that would be related.
Right here.
I usually grab the chin here, chin strap, and then I grab my own wrist.
starts. Yeah, pretty much. Okay, go ahead. Hit the sand on the feet. Up here. Elbow. Take a step out. Circle. Yeah, you get straight to that pressure. Hip, Will. Hip. All right, make sure we're grabbing hip and not leg, grabbing bone. Okay. Yep. We're just making a step out to cut the ankle, so take this. Here. Now, yeah, cut that elbow. Drive your. It's like if you've ever done any boxing, where you go into the rope, it's that kind of pushing right back to the elbow, and then here, and then this is just dragging the whole time. Was actually came with the fact that I like rotating my head, and my was circling out my whole spine. That's what that's when we bring it up power. Like I would. Here. And then the ear, shoot that under the yeah, that's great. It's like where with two and things like that. It's actually it'll like that. Well, that's what the yeah. Like the so you want to create something. So what I'm looking for. I mean, yeah, he's trying to it's like get something about it. We're going to be, we started the chin strap on the south. JC helped not only have to be into a sign, but now that we try this will be one idea. We can't see the hard for don't like that's Jones dress. That makes it but the other guy, I just get frowned. That's what I go out and say. Yeah, and then we're just grabbing it. That's typical. But if like if this feels more comfortable, then it feels comfortable. I'm just this guy. Okay. Make sure you're kicking that lead leg back on that snap down.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Like you can do it super slow just so you're making sure you're doing it right. Snapping down, and this leg shoots back. Up and down, leg shoots back. What's that? No, just lead leg. Sorry. So. Yes. That's a really good one. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll say that.
I think CZ, I can't go. I could always do it. I'm flex it. Shouldn't have to go. The point of this is doing the better. Yeah, if you want to be on that. That would be, but I don't want myself. Like to be small. Right. I mean, I could spring it right into the pocket.
I'll put you on, yeah. Where my budget is.
Got no feeling either. Anybody would get it like this. So that's good. Yeah, that's fun. So,
Do it again.
Hey, Brian, we wanna come up to the ground. Snap down.
Yeah, that's weird.
Here. Oh, you're fucking sick. Get a lot more for everything. I think that's right. So I said, all right. I got it way more. I would take this. This Danny. But you're bad.
I'm that guy, like, keep going around, no, the game is.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's basically like, right where you're putting. See, I got working. I feel like it. Yeah, I feel weird doing.
Wait, no. So, here, for me, I always want to come up. So there. We're about to slide out. Always want to grab their own like this. It's not about something, dude. I always want to go if I can. I want to get straight in the back. Give me 3 days. Oh, that's, I mean, that's what you're saying. So like, right. Yeah, I feel like one time ever get on your back, probably a lot hard. Stop.
Yeah.
But,
Okay, yeah, just do a phone call and
It's fun. Way better. It's way more fun.
Oh, and we both got it pretty well. It's good. Wrapping around the head does help a lot. Yes, it does. It makes a big difference.
Well, that's the end of the road, right? Max, shut back and lever. Right here, you're holding.
That's what got me about this part. That's the first day I was in here. You started showing stuff. Whoa. And I watched you do that roll with a guy, and I watched your head come over your head, and I was like, okay, didn't see that was coming. Yeah, it was, I was like, okay, that's the thing.
Jiu Jitsu is all about leverage. You had to sum it up in one word.
Here. That's what I would definitely fire now.
When you say you throw those, you feel like that, right? Yes, I'm not what you're talking about. I need to be like this doesn't matter.
My feet, you were talking
I'm
about.
gonna be in close. That doesn't make sense to try to do that outside. Makes sense. So if you're here, this is the leg that's. And then you can practice this like slowly, just get that motion up. As I
Yeah, you can actually practice to where I feel like my knee, shooting that leg back, and I pause right here. That's to make see like where our position is.
So, do I have to get that leg up like that, or am I able to just basically almost move it back, but kind of keep it close?
You don't have to get it up.
Okay.
But the reason that most of the time saying that as my leg goes up, okay, so I'm already on effector.
Go.
I'm already changing.
in one motion. So I'm getting more out of it.
Makes sense.
Yeah, what I've been doing is, my foot's been off the ground, but I've had zero weight on it. Whereas if I come here, I'll feel way worse.
It's probably gonna be like more worse.
Yes, it makes it feel way worse. I like to, even though you're putting your weight on him, are you putting your weight on him? When that foot comes off the ground, it's like, whoa, okay. You're okay. So I don't know why, but it's keeping my weight off. It feels natural. But that's just so you know, that's a breathing thing. Like our head, my head, my legs from the my head moves down. I want my head to come down. You're not having, instead of having to think about consciously getting your head down, your head's gonna follow no matter how you do that.
And I was saying, and it's like, I mean, it's not like, oh,
You're basically already
back
falling
and go.
over.
Yeah, basically, yeah, exactly. You want to grab that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that was.
I just talked about the mechanics of it basically.
Y'all get like 5 more and then we're gonna move on.
Let's see.
So let's do it. Let's do it. Yeah. It's like actually
You know this one down first?
weird.
It's like, you better like the baby.
Now, well, don't shoot down.
Like, try to stay,
I'm not trying to go down. Not yet. But it's not.
okay, that's it. We're,
Here, and he drives into it. And then as I start back, so I can hold a lot there. I'm just out. And then we're gonna kick that lead leg back. They start keeping trying to get in. That's just the minute phone. Yeah, yes. Let him guide down without doing a and you're getting snapped down. And he's not gonna put it. It's just. I like that. It's like a damn. Otherwise. Go see it. She's not me.
there you go, that's not bad.
Here. If you can reach something, you know, come up here, beat my.
Well, I just mean the way that I turn, right? Let's see.
I can see.
That's kind of run into the wall. Alright. Here. Here.
Yeah, that's good. In that particular scenario, I'll talk people to just leave like so far.
Like look up here, right? We have those. It's like that. If you're that far back, actually. Or just another office. That can also, it's like through. This elbow.
There are days where like you have every single bolt smashed. You want some no chance.
But, so like, good little thing. Yeah, that lead leg is actually, like, you actually have a lead leg, the same size, which which I think is just on the body first now. Or your mind.
Because I feel like once you're in your hand down, that's all.
And you figure like
Way harder
to. Yeah, it's hard to get that.
Yes, like even so you can forget.
Like somebody in your kid before and stuff like that.
It's like I've got time to spin with it.
Yeah, there will. Someone just lets you grab it.
Hey, I'll get one more and then let's line back up and move on.
already tried to come. Try to bring them. Yeah. So, all right, guys.
Right here, guys, please. All right, so I'm gonna give you one more on the front headlock. This will be new. I actually showed this week. So,
Got front hip up. I'm gonna build my leg back, right? I'm bringing on the hips. Same thing right here, same deal, same entry, right? But instead of circling out towards the Russian, instead, I'm going to pull my elbow to my pocket. I'm gonna kind of get this little claw grip on the inside of the shoulder, and I'm pulling. And then I'm going to shoot this leg through, and I'm gonna posture up into his armpit.
okay, then from here I can start. That's it. We're gonna run that one.
Okay. Put my weight back here. And I'm going to pull, not push through. I'm going to pull. And I'm going to shoot this leg through the back corner.
Posture up. I still got his hip here. Okay, and then from here, I can slide on like that. Get my rear body lock. That's when we start setting up some more takedowns. All right, let's run that one. Let's just do 5 apiece of that. Then circle back up. That should be pretty cool. All right, 1, 2, 3. Don't worry about the snap down right now. Let's just run that. Go ahead and start from the 4-point so we can move on.
But so you're right on. You want pull. Pulling. There you go. Yep, and then I take this left foot, it's up there. Yeah, all right, let's start with 4 points. Okay. All right, now we're gonna get our weight back. Same thing as before, hip and elbow. Let's go ahead and do the hip and elbow first. And when you're going to hit it. Right now, from here, instead of pushing this elbow in, we're gonna pull. You're gonna bring your left foot past you, hit the outside foot here, or past it, and you're gonna shoot. You're gonna pop your head to the face, and all the way through. Right here. Okay, right here. So I got to build my head back here. Here, and instead of cupping this way, I'm gonna pull, but I'm gonna take a big step. It's not his leg, it's out, so. Well, like, you might not get. He kind of gives you my thought. So I'll let straight on, arms are forward, and then I can slide it back. Oh, yeah.
I don't even know. Same sentence. Don't feel it's right. Because you can hit this from anywhere too. Like you don't have to like.
I think this is going to be higher percentage if they still have their lead leg on the side of the choking arm. What I mean by that is, right now it's my lead leg, right, my left, and this is my front headlock. My hand touching his neck is my choke arm, so to speak. But my lead leg is my left side. So it's going to be a little harder for him to hit this particular one, I think, because my hips are back, which means my weight is further back, which means as he goes to do this, go ahead, boards. Go ahead. I'm able to, so really go for it. I'm able to keep that hip away from it for him to start working around that corner. However, if we're in this 4-point position, my lead leg is the same side for whatever reason, because we've scrambled. I did snap down wrong. This is where all day, or even if I'm square. But if my lead leg is if my lead leg that's on the choke side is all the way back, that's what's going to be the most difficult position to try to hit this one on. So for the training, let's like stay square with them, or let's have like the wrong leg forward here. Because I just think it's way higher percentage. You're probably not going to go for this if that lead leg is actually way back. You're going to go for the other one. That makes sense? All right, let's do 3 more piece and move on. All right, 1, 2, 3. Here right now.
So for me, but I feel like it's gonna take a lot.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
So
like if you just step,
you're right. No.
Yeah.
No, I guess y'all are wasted food. Yeah. You don't want to bring it back.
Stop here. After you get your head to the armpit.
No,
Okay, you can pull it. I'm a big fan of checkpoints, of like getting to the next checkpoint, pausing, making sure everything feels nice and tight and like you feel on base, all that good stuff. Try to incorporate that into your drilling whenever you're learning something new, instead of just trying to go straight for the end. Posture. Instead of trying to round that corner a little bit prematurely. Right? Here, like really see it. So pull that up. Yeah, yeah. Pull that to your thigh.
All bound.
Before I get to, before I'm able to like posture up, it's gonna be way harder for him to like come back into me. Like I'm gonna win. It's setting me up to win that back fight every time. Yeah.
You're supposed to step. Is that right? Let's do it again. I'm pointing to your. She's supposed to step over this way or like.
I kind of like.
You're gonna step on the side.
Right.
I'm side.
Oh, okay.
I know you're outside.
He's good. Yeah.
Speaking like this. Like even.
Yup. No, we didn't. It's the same way you had me. It's funny is you had me right here. I just see her. You know. Yeah.
If I don't leave that.
If I don't maintain, it's just a right posture, and I just try to get on here. Like, if I go to this here, but I'm like on film, it's like, like get your hand out of here and try to circle out.
What I don't want happening is like now Nick is what I want. If I had to judge the 3 instructors in college, I'm gonna be hard to make it incredibly difficult for him to get his hand. He wants to get he can get his hand back in the side of the body. He wants to get back all up. I can't get his back. And Jason, I get his back if I'm like, oh, don't listen. That's Jason. That makes sense. Sorry. I mean, I'm not like he's bad. No, I can take like a nap too. But yeah, Nick. Very different.
That's one thing that was very fun. Whatever, probably not good. I don't care what you every little bit very. At least try to make it do something.
All right, we're gonna move on. If y'all, especially the guys that was new, like y'all should definitely drill us more next week. We're gonna move on as a class next week, back to this, but just get stuff for just if you don't have any takedowns, I'll get that. Get a couple of things. Actually. All right, so next we're going to work the X pass. This is another thing we did this week. This is just to give everybody some variety of like takedown, pass, and then we're not gonna have time to tape it. Each week right now, I'm trying to give you like takedown, pass, and sub, so you have different things to start incorporating building your actual game on. So first off, I'm not gonna just walk in here because I don't want him to enter my legs. Okay, and then my legs if I walk in here like this. So I'm matching levels with him. I'm protecting my leg. First thing I need to do
just make this initial contact. So I'm gonna take a step as I take the shoulder pose. And I can take this grip on the knee. And as I take a step in, I need to start putting his shoulders behind his hips. So as I take a step, I'm going to I'm not pushing my arm so much as I'm just letting my body weight guide him. And I'm maintaining these two frames the entire time. So notice I'm just here as I drive, I'm keeping this leg back. You see how my hand is still touching his shoulder and his knee? Okay, that's important. These are just guides where I'm just kind of like, I'm letting my gravity and my body weight be the force guiding him down and spinning him. These are just guides to make sure that he goes where I want him to go. I want him to go back and to the side. So I'm just guiding it and letting gravity compress forward. So I take a step to start the motion, kicking this foot back, because if I don't, you can just, here, don't go ahead and stick your arm out like in here. Back up. As I go for this step, don't actually let me get through. Like, I gotta kick that leg out of the way, or he can just like maintain the body. Okay. So over here, take my step. As I drive down, I'm like level changing my head. I'm kicking that foot up. Next thing I'm looking to do, this hand's on the knee still. The shoulder post is looking to transition to the hip. And I'm not up here, so I don't want him to be able to re-guard, because he can easily high leg over right now. That's the defense. It's to high leg over and square back off of me. I'm going to change levels, and I'm going to flare my elbow. Now it should be much harder for him to high leg.
Yep.
Okay? Yeah, pretty uncomfortable. Yes, it is. Okay? Next, we get on a knee. Don't be on a knee in the lag roll. I'm going to be nice right now. So right here, I'm going to flare the elbow as I'm dropping my head, drop my level. The next thing I'm going to do is, he's framing correctly, right? He's actually framed up on my shoulder, my bicep. But we're not going to try to smash through his frames. Instead, we're going to walk south into his legs. Make his knees point away from us. And from here, also, I'm up talking, so I'm upright. I'm definitely not doing that in a live roll. I'm down. I'm keeping my base low, my head low. Now I can start pommeling this hand on the inside, grabbing this cross face, and cupping the head. Now I can start coming back up north. Once I'm here, so I'm still kind of cupping the hip here, still blocking all of this. I'm tracking the hip. Next thing I want to do is make my right knee and my right elbow touch. So I'm going to sneak it right there. And then in one motion, I want to replace where my hand is on the mat with my right knee. And I want to take it under the hip, this hand. Okay. Here. And then lastly, to actually secure the mount, my foot's still on the other hip right now, right? So to secure the mount, I just need to windshield away. And now I'm out. All right, so we're matching levels. Take a shoulder post outside of the knee. I take a step to start, and I'm riding my head to start that action. And I'm tracking just to make sure that I'm getting him down and turned. Right, so I'm never losing contact with these things. So here, take that right leg back. I'm looking for this hip frame right here. Changing levels. I flare my elbow. See, I'm still on the knee. Walking into him. Cross face. Walking up. Connecting my knee and my elbow. Now I'm going to shoot my leg, slice my leg through. And I'm not stepping over, to be really, really clear. Like I'm slicing through him. So I want this to suck for him as I slice that knee to the mat. You're not doing this right if you're like that. Right? You're being nice, that's great. But to actually make this work, and make it set for him, we're gonna slice through. Okay? Now notice when I slice through, see how my foot's still hooking his hip? This is like your next checkpoint. Okay? Because we want to keep everything nice and tight and never give them any space. Okay, so this is my checkpoint, and then the last checkpoint is just windshield wiping that foot to get it to the other side. Any questions on that? All right, 1, 2, 3. Sure, those long, that's I'm not gonna, I don't, there's an obstacle, but I'll do something I can.
Hey, start in chunks. Break it down. Just get it to where your body is perpendicular. Get that motion down first. Guys, if that was a lot of steps, just break it down to even smaller chunks and work on getting it perpendicular with your leg driven back. Maintain all your contact and then just reset. Just get that motion down really well and then you can move on.
Stick here. Here, this hand.
So you're pushing your hand right now. I just want your body and gravity. You do that by taking this, by walking. Right, with this. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, and I know that I'm supposed to kick back. Yeah. Yeah, flip one here. Get my foot's on the outside here. You need to make some contact. Line that over. The knee. And then I do this walking into him. And then as I start bringing him down, I'm kicking just like that. But I'm maintaining that contact the whole time. Or else, like, if I lose it, he'll be able to get sneak right back in before I ever even like get past the tips. Okay. So I'm here, I can cup and down. Going this way, keep that leg back. Not supposed to do that. Yep. And you're trying to land in a T, perpendicular. Okay. And I'm supposed to keep my hand on it the whole time, and then eventually I'm shifting here. Yeah, and he's not going to be flat. Most likely, it's likely the way that he's going to have to get for the way you'll end up landing is because he's going to be resisting, right? So there's like most likely be somewhere like this. Right, you're going to actually drop back in the video. Right, you're going to end up here because he's going to fight back for this. Right. Okay, he's not going to be like rolling down. So this is like a checkpoint that we get to right now because then we can start the hit and then we can start. Yeah. And don't be afraid to grab that head down. Like make him carry your weight. Don't if you're shaking, you're carrying your weight. Other than what you're doing. Yeah. He should feel a lot of weight on that shoulder. Okay. But no, I'm time. Yeah, I think I'll do connection right knee to your elbow. That's good. I want to take that look back. You're supposed to be all your weight. No. Do it at the same time too. Remember, you're driving me and you're under at the same time. But you definitely need an under. And you're okay. So my hand, yeah, and then you're kind of push out again. And you're going to want to be able to
Trying to get that fluid motion. I don't think I'm coming in. No, I play soccer. Like everyone loves them. But I like freeze. Yeah, you're good. Forward. Here. All right, hey, that knee gets away from us. That knee gets something. That knee gets away. He's just gonna be like, or he's gonna get out of there, kind of cover up, but like you're giving him some space. They pick this up. Beautiful mind. If I take that step, I want to be. I just want to be here. My head's like. I'm gonna make actually make it straight. Oh my God! Now, sometime here, if they try to do art, right? So I want to be here. He can walk back, so it looks like. Okay, it's I'm also on put right here. I can also turn the back. But if you're they ain't coming up. If you lost contact of this, it's just gonna get on the inside. Oh, is it? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Which other knee? This other knee. Yeah, and I'm taking that big step out. Flip it right out. Yeah, it's like walking. Well, I don't. I'm just trying to get that. Now you walk it, so these meters also here. Yeah. Yeah, now all that work. Everything else now. Needs your right elbow. Now I want you to replace your hand. Yeah. So yeah, that's perfect. The only thing to change. When you take that off there, we want to kind of driving down. I want to get my body to do all this on. I know that's feel like let's see how it's nice. We're taking time. I'm not I not see it anywhere. It's so hard. It's tiny. It's you gotta say one of us a problem. Right there. I hear these now you go after me. I want to. I don't want to be going for this. This line is drive my head and my hips. Good. That's it. Other than that, you start breaking down. You all of my plates. No, make it get better. I'm going to and very down. That's fine. Very down. Keep going. Now we should under do that. Hey, don't be on the floor there. Be on the hip. Say again. Don't be on the floor there with that hip post. Like you're like down here, kind of like here. I want to be here in here. Go ahead and try to put your leg back there. It's just that's where I want to be. Is there at flare because he wants to get this leg back over. He wants the high leg back over and square back off. I don't want to allow that, so I'm changing my level. I'm not down here. I don't have nearly amount. Like I'm not on any bulge. Right there, there's this hip. Yeah. I want to be around target. You're on top. Yeah, and he's burying the weight there. That's cool. All right, everybody get 3, 4 more. We're gonna. I think we're gonna call it there for this. That's probably weird. Yeah, well, it was meant to be a recap. No, it's good. It's new for some of these guys. But come on, Brian.
Here. Come on, you go fast. Just walk your hips into it, right? There you go. Keep your head low. Head low in the left. Yes, left down.
Get that elbow down. Keep the elbow down, David.
Bring it.
Okay. One motion was. Guys, I did a poor job explaining this part because I was talking, but whenever I start walking them down and changing levels to make their knees point away, like my head's in there tight, like I'm not up here, right? Like, so y'all all saw me doing it incorrectly, but what I actually mean is I want this is a general little period, right? Like once I get them down, I transition here. Once I start walking them down, it's changing levels. My head gets lower. My head's never in here. I'm just like I was talking. I'm not doing it right. My head's down here. Ideally, if he doesn't have the spring, if he's like driving up into the shoulder, into the chest, it's the main thing control. But it's never up here. This is just giving him space to frame. Or you can get him frame my neck, my head, whatever he wants. But I don't want to make it easy for him to get frames. And like we want to own all this space. Okay. Get a couple more and we'll call it.
No.
Yeah, I mean, something else. Once I found it,
Go back. Just keep going.
Just walk into it, right? Walk into it and start collapsing.
Inside. Think more than.
And there you go. That'd be good. Now start walking. Now start walking and then sit back to the side now.
Here.
Play it over to the camera. See what the problem is.
Here. Step moving. Way back. So here. Now the weak people. That's fine. Keep the knee. Bring it back. Bring it down. Bring it down. There you go. Come on. Come on.
Okay.
Come on. Keep on, bro. Start arch your arms. Yeah.
you don't have to bring me over all the time. Right, seriously?
What's that?
You don't have to bring a knee over.
I'm saying you don't want to do an extreme like. But you don't want to throw your leg over. You can start doing real face right away. I said it's when you just get motion. You can work out. Or you can even, boom, what's that? No, I don't know, not interaction. Sometimes it's holding the head out. I can feel that.
All right, guys, let's line up. Any questions from anything today? Reminder, AGF. That's November 2nd, I believe. On register, you save like $40. You register for 15. CPR AED class, if you want to get certified in that, it's going to be Monday after next instead of class. And that's $40. Not this Monday, but the next. Yeah, I think it's the 21st. I think that's right.
I might do that because I need to get certified. I'm trying to get NASA certified. I need a request and.
Oh, yeah, it's only $40, which is actually pretty cheap. And I'm not charging that. That's what they're expected to be. That's everything. Right? It's about 1, 2, 3. Hey, y'all, you guys follow me? Y'all don't know. Y'all actually know because y'all are new. You follow me? We shake everybody's hand.
Work.
All right, guys.
I'm gonna leave in probably 15, 20 minutes. So still on the mat after that. You guys. But other than that, it's just over the mat. And, somebody be here for the next 30 minutes.
Real.
Yeah, it was the first time. Obviously start on the ground. But better.
All right, hey, I'll keep each other safe.
Oh, Brian.
Oh, it's trying to look that.